A car entered the tunnel. Shortly after, the tunnel behind him began to collapse. He floored the accelerator, desperate to escape, but it was already too late. Jack fought through the pain, fumbling to turn on the car's headlights. When he opened his eyes, his face was covered in dust. The slightest movement sent dirt and rocks trickling down from the crushed roof above. Once things stabilized overhead, Jack carefully pulled out his phone to search for a signal, terrified that any sudden movement might trigger another collapse. He finally managed to get through to 119. Jack quickly explained the situation, but the person on the other end assumed it was a minor accident and told him to find a safe spot and wait. Frustrated and helpless, Jack hung up. He grabbed the water bottle beside him and drank half of it in one go. Outside, the rescue team was slowly making their way to the scene, but what they found left everyone stunned. The tunnel had been completely destroyed by a landslide. The breaking news quickly drew nationwide attention, and Jack's personal information was soon made public. When he checked his phone again, he found it flooded with messages from various media outlets, all scrambling to get the exclusive story first. Seeing reporters constantly calling Jack, the fire chief immediately grabbed the phone and ended the call. Jack's battery could die at any moment, and if he lost contact, his chances of survival would drop dramatically. The chief then called Jack directly, explaining that the rescue could take several days. Apart from scheduled daily updates, he was to keep his phone off. Food and water had to be rationed carefully. He needed to hold out for at least a week. By now, preparations at the site were complete. The rescue team launched a drone into the tunnel to assess the situation. The media followed suit with their own drones, but shortly after entering the tunnel, they all lost signal and crashed to the ground one after another. With no other option, the chief and his team drove into the tunnel to investigate. Just as the chief approached the collapsed site to examine it, one of his men accidentally honked the horn. Hearing it, Jack immediately called the chief, saying he had just heard a car horn. To determine how far Jack was from them, the team kept honking repeatedly, but disaster struck again. A massive boulder suddenly dropped from above, violently flipping up the rear of the vehicle. The tunnel began collapsing once more. The chief threw the car into reverse and barely made it out in time.